Hi, my name's Ted Mullenix, President of Enix Incorporated. Before you watch this video today, I'd like to pose a question to you. What if I told you we could reduce the aeration in your aerobic digester, cut your sludge production in half, and do it without creating any odors? I'm hoping you'd say prove it, because we've been proving that kind of performance from coast to coast since 1997. Well, the way it works is we introduce a custom blend of aerobic and facultative bacteria along with growth-enhancing proteins and nutrients into your aerobic digester that allows it to be run without mechanical aeration. We're able to maintain positive levels of dissolved oxygen and to increase the digestion rate that takes place. Maintaining a positive dissolved oxygen level is one of the keys to our program. We monitor this on a regular basis, usually by week. And we know that at all of our plants, that DO is going to range from anywhere from a low of 0.2 parts per million to as high as 2 parts per million. In some cases, we've actually exceeded, without aeration, the DO levels that plant had before. Any odors, if present, are going to be of a fresh, earthy nature, indicating good solids digestion and a healthy biology. Our service technicians will call on your plant to make a no-cost site evaluation. During that site evaluation, they'll be able to determine what level of savings your plant can achieve, and in fact, if our process can work for you. If you choose to go ahead, we're on site to implement the program and train the operators in operating protocol. Regular service visits occur thereafter, as we're on site monthly to monitor program results, make any necessary adjustments, and continue with operator training. In the videotape that follows, you'll have the opportunity to visit several of our plants and see for yourself how this process has worked.
Here at Canberra Community Services District Wastewater Treatment Plant, our total sludge bill for the year runs about $150,000. We're hauling off about 24 to 26 tons a day at a cost of about $500 to $550 a load. And we do that 6 days a week. Our power costs of the digester are averaging about $1,500 a month, and through the Enix process, we'll be able to pull back the air on that and probably save about $1,400 to $1,500 a month there. And they also expect at least 30% reduction in solids loads off the $150,000. So we're looking forward to that. We've been running for about 2 weeks now, and it looks very promising. And we're kind of happy with the way things are going. My personal observations over the last couple of weeks since the inoculation, and probably should point out before we did the inoculation, we were an aerated digester, and we had about 900 CFM of air going out to the digester to mix it and also supply oxygen for respiration. Upon the inoculation, we mixed it for a while and then shut the air off, and for the last 2 weeks we haven't had any air at all. Except for a pre-mixed basin where we're actually adding a little bit of oxygen just to keep it mixed. Since the start of it, everything has run pretty well. We haven't had any odors, except for the odors that we had during cleanup, which is normal. And since then, everything's working good. The actual digester itself is virtually odorless. You can't smell a thing. And it looks pretty good. We've got some bubbles going on in there, some carbon dioxide coming up, which NX said that would happen, and it would get a little bit better as the bacteria starts to grow. And we're seeing that. We've got a good phase separation in there. We've got a nice liquor on the top, and the solids on the bottom are settling very dense and look very promising.
The Montalvo Municipal Improvement District is an activated sludge processing plant. It has a process called sequencing batch reaction. This particular plant has a capacity, dry water flow capacity of 0.36 million gallons per day with a storm flow, wet weather flow, of 0.75 million gallons per day. The sludges were treated aerobically, and sludge was dewatered through a belt press and then disposed of at a composting operation. Montalvo put in odor loggers so that we had a record of any generation of odors in the treatment plant and what might be emitting from the facility. This was prior to the Enix process. And after we began the operation, with the Enix process, I continued to monitor And we monitor on a continuous basis with a report generated on a weekly basis, a hard copy, and we download and put it on the computer for historical information. We have not had any odors as a result of the NX process. As an old superintendent, no product is worth its weight unless it's serviced. With the NX process, they will set you up with the feed, the dose rate. They will monitor the reduction. They will visit you on a weekly basis, and they will service and teach your operators how to service the NX process. There's other thing about the NX process is that the contract is performance-based. If they can't do what they say they're supposed to do, don't pay them. And they've got the fail-safe method of should the NX process fail, that you can go back to your activated sludge or air-driven activated sludge process, should it require that. So I'm completely happy with the NX treatment process. It works for us.
Ted came into the office with a proposal that to operate our aerobic digester without running the blowers. The savings for us at treatment plant would be in energy costs. Also, he said that we would be able to have a stable pH, that we would be able to increase our volatile reduction and increase our DO. Well, like many who have been in the field a number of years, we've heard all these stories before, and we were very skeptical of this proposal. So we did what every sane-minded person would do, and we showed him the door and told him we'd get back to him. We sat down and looked at his proposal, and what we looked at were the downsides for us at the treatment plant. Of course, we didn't want it to impact any of our processes, and as we looked over the proposal, knowing it was a biological process, whether the air was on or off, we realized if we had a problem, we'd just stop using the product, turn back on the air, and everything would be fine. We started this project, pilot study, August of 2002. It's now near the end of July 2003, and everything's worked perfectly for us. We've increased our volatile reduction. The pH has been stable the entire time. We've seen a reduction in solids. We no longer use our thickener because it dewaters so well that we're able to go directly to the beds for drying purposes. And most importantly, we've seen a significant increase, or decrease I should say, in costs for energy. At this point in time, an 11-month period, we've seen a $72,000 reduction in energy costs. And we're presently working with Edison to see if we can get some type of acknowledgement for doing this as some type of innovative process and some type of award for the treatment plant. Secondary benefits that we've seen with using the NX product is the ability to reallocate some of our staff. Where we used to have an operator manning a thickener for somewhere near 8 hours a day, 3 days a week, it's now down to about 4 hours per week. And so we've taken these people and used them in our industrial waste program. We've used them in our collection system, and by doing this, I've been able to use my staff more efficiently. I've received recognition from City Hall because of that, and I've been able to get most of my budget through without any problem. Our experiences at Camarillo Sanitary District have been so positive, I haven't hesitated to recommend this product to other agencies when we've had discussions about digestion problems.
NX was founded in 1995 with a vision of using biotechnology to provide service and solutions to the wastewater industry. These service and solutions are meant to complement and work with your existing chemical and mechanical processes to reduce expenses, to be safe and easy to use, and to be environmentally benign. We're confident enough in our program that we back it with a performance guarantee. That performance guarantee simply means that if any noxious odors are present, or if you haven't achieved the electrical and the biosolids reductions that we've specified, you're under no obligation to pay. The NX Digester Optimization Service is easy to implement and operate. It's funded entirely from operating expense savings, no capital expenditures, no upfront fees, and no risk. I'm hoping that what you've seen today will encourage you to allow us to visit your plant and perform a no-cost plant evaluation to see if we can be of service to you.